Hi guys, mabuhay! It's me Kim and welcome back to my channel. So, nandito tayo ngayon sa taas kasi sobrang ingay dun sa baba and mainit din sa loob. So, I hope na you're all doing fine kasi sobrang init ng panahon. And, yun nga, for today's vlog is naisipan kong gumawa ng sariling version ng flight announcements na naririnig natin sa mga eroplano at sa airport. So, pagkatapos kong gawin yung sariling version ko ng flight announcements, is sasagutin ko yung top 10 most frequent questions na natatanggap namin mga tourism students. Bago nga pala yun, yung ginagamit kong script is ginamit namin to nung nag-airport simulation kami last month, and ang gumawa nito is yung kaklase kong si Andrea Jean Valdepeñas. Hello, thank you sa paggawa nito and gagamitin ko nga ngayon for my vlog. So first, ang gagawin ko is yung pre-boarding announcement. Ito yung pagtawag sa mga pasahero na wala pa sa ito'y ginagawa, ang pre-boarding announcement ay ginagawa pag wala pa yung mga pasahero sa eroplano. So ang pre-boarding announcement ay ginagawa siya para anyayahan na yung mga passengers na sumakay na sa eroplano. Yun yung pre-boarding announcement. So ito yung sinasabi pag pre-boarding announcement. So, please bear with my voice kung hindi ko magawa ng tama yung kung ano man yung tamang paggawa ng tamang voice modulation ng announcement sa aeroplano. So, let's start. Good afternoon, passengers. This is the pre-boarding announcement for flight AA117 to Los Angeles. We are now inviting those passengers with small children and any passengers requiring special assistance to begin boarding at this time. Please have your boarding pass and identification ready. Regular boarding will begin in approximately 10 minutes time. Thank you. So, ganun yun. So, sana tama yung voice modulation ko na ginawa. Next is, ito yung final boarding call pag tinatawag na yung mga passengers na kailangan na talagang sumakay kasi magti-take off or magsasarado na yung pinto ng eroplano. So ito yon. This is the final boarding call for passengers Ann Asuncion and Kiel Cuneta booked on flight AA117 to Los Angeles. Please proceed to gate 11A immediately. The final checks are being completed and the captain will order for the doors of the aircraft to close in approximately 5 minutes time. I repeat, this is the final boarding call for Ann Asuncion and Kiel Cuneta. Thank you. So yun yun. Next naman na naririnig natin sa mga eroplano is ang in-flight pre-boarding announcement. Ito yung mga paalala na sinasabi sa mga passengers bago mag-take off ang eroplano. So let's try. Ladies and gentlemen, let's try again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board flight AA117 with service from Philippines to Los Angeles. We are currently third in line for takeoff and are expected to be in the air in approximately 7 minutes time. The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, please tow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead beam. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. And also make sure your seat back and folding trays under And also make sure your seat back and folding trays are in their full upright position. If you are seated next to an emergency exit, please read carefully the special instructions card located by your seat. If you do not wish to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, please ask a flight attendant to reseat you. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited in the entire aircraft, including Again. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited in the entire aircraft, including the lavatories. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the lavatory smoke detectors is prohibited by law. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight attendants. Thank you for choosing Alas Filipinas Airlines. Enjoy your flight. Ang dami kong mali, sorry. Nagbabuffle kasi ako. And nandito with ang aking dila. So medyo kailangan pa ng practice. So after 30 seconds ng in-flight pre-boarding announcement is may isa pang announcement na sinasabi yung head flight attendant or yung chief flight attendant. Ito yon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kim Martin Olfato and I'm your... Isa pa. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kim Martin Olfato and I'm your chief flight attendant. On behalf of Captain John Amiel de la Cruz and First Officer Andrea Jean Valdepeñas and the entire crew, welcome aboard to Alas Filipinas Airlines, Flight AA117, non-stop service from Philippines to Chicago, then continuing on to Los Angeles, California. Our flight time will be at 12 hours and 10 minutes. We will be flying at an altitude of 30,000 feet at a ground speed of 400 miles per hour. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position and that your Again. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position and that your seat belt is correctly fastened. Also, your portable... Sa pa ang ingay ng aso. God. Ingay ng aso. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position and that your seat belt is correctly fastened.
Bobo ka ba?
At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position and that your seat belt is correctly fastened. Also, your portable electronic devices must be set to an airplane mode until an announcement is made upon arrival. Thank you. Next naman is hindi ko nagagawin yung safety procedures kasi sobrang haba niya. Ito yung safety procedures naman is ginagawa siya or nababanggit yung announcement ito kasama yung mga flight attendant. Yung mga flight attendant is yung libawa yung ginagawa nila kung paano gamitin ng tama yung mask during an emergency, kung paano gamitin yung life vest during an emergency, kung saan yung mga exit na nasa eroplano and kung paano mag-respond during an emergency. So, it is very important na makikinig tayo palagi sa mga announcements pag nasa eroplano tayo kasi we may never know kung ano yung mangyayari during air flight. And it is much better pag alam natin yung gagawin natin pag meron nga mga emergency na mangyari. For example, hindi naman natin pinipray is, for example, is pag may emergency landing, pag mag-crash yung aeroplano, kung ano yung kailangan natin gawin. And so, ang last kong gagawin is yung landing announcement. Ang landing announcement is sinasabi siya pag malapit na kayo sa destination nyo. For example, sa example ko is sa Los Angeles, California nga. Pag nakarating na kayo sa destination nyo, sinasabi na yung landing announcement. So, ito yon. Let's try. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Los Angeles International Airport. Local time is 3:05 a.m. and the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. This will indicate that we have parked at the gate and that it is safe for you to move about. Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you. And please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted during the flight. If you require deplaning assistance, please remain in your seat until all the passengers have deplaned. One of our crew members will then be pleased to assist you. On behalf of Alas Filipinas Airlines and the entire crew, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board. Mali. On behalf of Alas Filipinas Airlines and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice morning. Thank you. So yun yung mga iba't ibang example ng announcement na maririnig natin during our flight. Hindi pa yun yung kabuoang maririnig nating mga announcements kasi may mga iba pa akong hindi nabanggit. For example is pag during a turbulence, pag magte-take off, pag meron pang yung message ng captain and mga ganong bagay. So hindi pa yun yung kabuuan. So now is sabi ko nga kanina is sasagutin ko yung top 10 most frequent questions na natatanggap naming mga tourism students. So first question is, pag sa tourism ba, need ba maganda or pogi? For me, ang sinasabi sa amin ng aming instructor is not necessarily hindi kailangang magandang-maganda ka or poging-pogi ka. As long as you have a nice personality or a pleasing personality, that's fine. Hindi naman basihan yung pagiging maganda or pagiging pogi para maging flight attendant ka. But, take note, may ibang airlines na basihan talaga is yung pagiging makinis, pagiging maputi, pagiging maganda. So, merong mga ganun. Hindi ko na sasabihin yung airlines na yun, pero kilala nyo yun and alam nyo kung anong airlines yun. Next is, mayroon bang height requirement? Sa ibang airlines is merong requirement, height requirement. Pero yung basic height requirement is pag maaabot mo yung overhead bins, yung nasa itaas ng upuan ng passenger, kasi it is very important na ma-assist ng flight attendant yung mga passengers sa paglalagay ng mga gamit nila dun sa overhead bin. So, yun yung pinaka-basic requirement for height. Pag naabot mo yun, pasok ka. Ganun. Next is, need ba naka-makeup sa girls? Pag estudyante pa lang naman, may mga school na hindi strict sa grooming, hindi strict sa pag-aayos. Pero may mga school naman na kailangang naka-bun yung buhok, naka-makeup ng light makeup lang, and yung boys is naka-proper grooming. Pero pag once na flight attendant ka na, is required mag-makeup. Alam ko required mag-makeup kasi wala pa akong nakitang flight attendant na hindi naka-makeup. Though ang makeup lang naman is pampatakip lang naman ng mga insecurity sa mukha kasi hindi naman tayo mga perfect. May mga tinatago tayo mga, alam mo niya, mga 100 islands na nakapatong sa ating mukha. Next question is, kailangan po ba magaling mag-English? For me, hindi naman kailangan magaling ka, but kailangan is you're good enough. You're good enough to speak. You're good enough to communicate with the passenger kasi English is the language of the sky. Kahit saan ka pa pumunta, English talaga yung pinakaginagamit na language sa eroplano. Kasi, for example, parang example natin, pag nag-international flights ka, hindi naman lahat ng tao doon is Filipino. Mayroon doong American, may Chinese, may Korean, may iba't ibang lahi na nandun. So, kailangan mo makipag-communicate sa kanila using the universal language, which is English. So, if you are aiming or if you are dreaming to become a flight attendant, ganyan pa lang, kailangan mo nang pag-aralan ang English. Hindi naman kailangan magaling na magaling ka, but you need to be good enough to communicate using English. Ganun. Number 5 question is, magastos po ba ang tourism? Depende sa school. Kasi, merong mga school na may bayad. Meron din naman mga school na libre yung tourism, yung course na tourism. Pag nag-private ka, of course, may bayad yon, malaki. And if i-add mo pa yung magiging cost ng mga tours nyo. For example, may mga tour pa yan na papunta halimbawa ng Ilocos, papunta ng Baguio, papunta ng Japan, papunta ng Hong Kong, papunta ng iba't ibang lugar. So may mga ganong factors na kailangan mong isipin bago ka mag-take ng tourism course. But I suggest meron naman mga public schools na the same lang naman yung tinuturo. So why not take? So I suggest mag-public school na lang kayo para makatipid din. And if kaya nyo naman, go for mga international schools na nag-cater ng tourism course. Next is, mahirap po ba ang tourism? Personally, kasi I believe na lahat naman ng course is may kanya-kanyang difficulty. And ito kasi yung iniisip ng ibang tao na ito yung pinaka-stigma or ito yung naiisip ng mga tao agad for tourism. naisip kasi nila na pag tourism is, ang mga estudyante doon is puro paganda lang, puro papogi lang, or puro, ano lang, mga average students na hindi nag-excel, kaya nag-take nilang tourism kasi hindi kaya yung ibang subject, ay hindi kaya yung ibang course. And hindi naman ganun yun. Hindi naman porket tourism student is ganun na. Hindi naman porket tourism student is bobo na. Ganun kasi yung pinaka-iniisip ng mga tao. Take note, sa tourism is nagsasaulo din kami ng mga bagay-bagay. Sinasaulo namin yung mga lugar. Sinasaulo namin yung mga tourist destination. Nag-aaral din kami ng language. Inaaral din namin yung Ayata Code. Inaaral din namin yung mga yung capital city ng mga countries. Inaaral din namin yung phonetic alphabet. So marami kaming sinasaulo. Kaya masasabi ko mahirap din ang tourism. Pero once na passion mo yung ginagawa mo, walang mahirap gawin. Ganun lang yun. Next is, worth it ba? For me, if passion mo ang tourism, worth it. Kasi, pag natapos mo yung tourism course mo, there's a high possibility na makapunta ka sa iba't ibang bansa. Marami kang matututunan, marami kang makikilala. Worth it for me. Worth it yung pagiging tourism student. Next is, what future awaits for tourism students? Ito pa. Kadalasan kasi iniisip ng mga tao na pag tourism student, ang magiging trabaho lang is flight attendant. Depende kasi yon. For example is Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. Pwede sa aeroplano, pwede mag-events management, pwede magbarko, pwede maging tour guide, pwedeng magtrabaho sa gobyerno, pwede magtrabaho sa Department of Tourism. So, maraming bagay na pwedeng pagtrabahuan ang mga tourism students. Pwede rin magtayo ng kanilang travel agency, pwede maging travel agent, mga ganong bagay. And for example naman sa course ko, Bachelor of Science in Aviation Tourism, nakafocus lang talaga sa aviation. So, medyo limited lang yung magiging trabaho namin. Pero if gusto naman namin magtrabaho sa ibang field, pwede naman. Ganun lang yun. Next is, bakit pa magto-tourism kung pwede ka mag-apply bilang FA kahit undergrad? Pwede naman mag-apply ng pagiging flight attendant kahit undergrad. But of course, take note na merong advantage yung mga graduate kaysa dun sa undergrad. Let's put it in a simple way. Hindi naman sa ina-underestimate ko yung mga undergrad, hindi naman sa minamaliit ko sila, but this is the reality. For example, ikaw yung employer, ano ba ang pipiliin mo? Undergrad or yung nakagraduate mismo? Another factor is mas maraming nalalaman na yung mga graduate talaga ng tourism kasi mas na-cater sa kanila or mas naituro sa kanila yung pinaka-function ng pagiging flight attendant. And of course, yun yung hindi pa naituro dun sa mga undergrad kasi hindi nila na-take up. So may mga ganung bagay, mga factor. May mga advantages yung graduate talaga ng tourism kaysa sa mga undergrad. Ang hirap na mga tanong. Last question. Best school for tourism? Best school for tourism. I can't really say kung ano yung best school for tourism, but what I can say is yung number 1 aeronautical school in the Philippines is yung school namin. Philippine State College of Aeronautics. So, number 1 aeronautical school yun. And maganda din for tourism kasi mas specific yung course na ibinibigay sa PhilSCA. And of course, may mga iba pang school na maganda din dyan sa aside from PhilSCA. And I'm not expert din naman sa field na kung pag-uusapan natin yung mga magagandang school for tourism. But I can suggest PhilSCA din na if gusto nyong mag-tourism kasi mas nakafocus na yung course na aviation tourism, maganda yung turo, nag-graduate talaga ng tourism yung mga teachers na iba, and mga ganong factors. And disclaimer lang, nakalimutan kong sabihin kanina, disclaimer, lahat ng sinabi ko or lahat ng sinagot ko sa top 10 most frequent questions is opinion ko lang. So, hindi ito general opinion, hindi ito yung pinaka-general fact, But what I'm trying to say is ito yung opinion ko, ito yung pananaw ko, ito yung sa tingin ko ay yung sagot sa mga tanong na yon. So, if may mga bagay doon na mali sa sinabi ko, please correct me. That's it. Nasagot ko na yung top 10 most frequent questions. I hope na nasagot ko yung mga katanungan nyo and I hope na mabigyan din ng linaw yung mga estudyante na gustong mag-take ng tourism courses pag nag-college na. And I hope na nabigyan ko kayo ng kahit konting idea lang kung ano yung papasukin nyo sa tourism course. I hope na i-like, share, and mag-subscribe kayo sa channel ko. And if gusto nyo ma-notify sa mga susunod ko pang mga vlogs is makiklick na lang na notification bell para maging updated kayo sa mga vlogs ko. And yun, thank you for joining me today and I hope na makasama ko pa kayo sa susunod kong vlogs. That's it. Mabuhay and thank you. Bye-bye!